Your life purpose. Good day to you, dear ones. We are blessed beings indeed. The autumn equinox has come and gone, and we are late into September of 2020. We are in the major time of change. We are in the very deepest midst of the ascension process, and so there is much chaos and discombobulation around us. The timelines are separating. Each day you are raising your frequency, while those around you who are still in the third dimensional vibration are becoming more deeply immersed in their entrapment. You are what you focus on. Your fear-filled brethren are fear-filled, for they focus on fear. Their minds concentrate on dis-ease, pain, the misfortunes of their brethren, climate change and fires, deforestation, poverty, loss of work, homelessness, and all manner of natural and unnatural disasters. Their fear is fed by the news of death and disaster they hear repeated and repeated, moment after moment, day after day. Their ego is addicted to the negative messages they are used to receiving. They have been so heavily entrained, indoctrinated by the controlling governance system, that they believe all that they are told. They believe this so strongly that they cannot hear or see anything that is different from their entrenched beliefs. They argue adamantly and angrily against any idea that contradicts the narrative that circles round and round in their news, and then round and round in their mind, leaving no room for truth and love to enter. You, our dear ones, have broken loose from these mental chains. The truth has set you free. You see the big picture of man's deception. You see how man is led to the belief system that he holds by indoctrination, by repetition of a false narrative. The controllers, the powers that be, play the dark ones on planet Earth. They are evil. Together they are the Satan, or the devil, that tempts mankind through his ego to dark and devious thoughts and deeds. These narcissistic ones know how to manipulate. They know how to produce the servile and obsequious behavior they desire. They want power, control, obedience, and servitude from all around them. Their heart, their soul, is in abeyance as they run riot over mankind. Over the centuries, they have put in place the social, economic, and religious system under which we live. And humanity does not realize how he has been manipulated and maneuvered intentionally into accepting the current state of affairs, how he has been so dumbed down that he cannot think for himself. His head is so full of indoctrinated thoughts that he has no room for logic, for truth, for love to enter. And until he sees the truth of his entrainment, he cannot escape from it. If one does not know one is in prison, how can one know there is a need for escape from that prison? That is why the truth sets us free. Once we realize that we are in chains, we can escape from those chains. When we do not know the chains are there, we cannot remove them. This is the nature of the planet Earth deception perception. To those that have, more shall be given. To those that have not, even that which they have shall be taken away. So the fear-filled ones, in their third dimensional chaos and agony, are slipping further and further into the dark swamp, while you, our brethren, are rising higher and higher in the vibration of love and light and truth each day, and the best is yet to come. Yes, the best is yet to come. You planned this life for yourself with your angels and guides and your soul family before you came here. Your soul knew what it needed to experience, and it organized an earthly life for you in which the appropriate events for your growth would take place. This is free will. Free will is the gift of God to his children, to the particles of him herself that came to earth. Free will is the ability to live a life that has the components needed for the growth of the soul. Then, those components, the planned events of life on earth, whether positive or negative, are experienced and felt in agony and despair, or joy and laughter. The emotions experienced tell the individual whether he has mastered his lessons. Pain and fear mean that she has gone against her soul's desire. She is not in integrity. Joy and lightness, happiness and contentment mean that he is on the holy path. He is aligned with his higher self. There are no accidents. Experiences, lessons are repeated again and again when they are not learnt from the first time. And so third-dimensional beings are living the same lessons of fear over and over again. While you, our blessed beings, are now alert to every incident, every event in your life. You know now that every experience is a gift. You know now that all that you experience is meant to be, and so you surrender. You accept all that is, knowing all is well. You allow life to flow from moment to moment. You look for the lessons in every minor or major event. You respond to all that happens to you with love, with patience, and with deep gratitude. You know the universe has your back. You know that all is happening as divinity, as love, as you meant it to, for your growth in this God frequency, the growth of your soul into higher dimensions. Yet, there are still challenges for you. You too were deeply entrenched in false thinking. You too were programmed into negativity and fear. And, although you are now in the higher vibration of love, one of your challenges is to keep yourself in that loving and heavenly vibration. Your challenge is to keep your frequency up. What is it that lowers your loving nature? Interaction with your fear-filled brethren is one of the major causes. When they prod and poke at you with their negative statements, when they vehemently push their narrative, it triggers you into a down spiral. You are especially uncomfortable when you attempt to disillusion them of their fear. When you counter any opinion that they hold, they argue with you vehemently and call you a conspiracy theorist, or far worse than that. You are anathema to them, and this disturbs you. Do not argue, dear ones. Connect with them on any pleasurable level, on any positive subject in which you have a mutual interest. Commune with them on positive, light-filled topics. Stay away from all negative thoughts and ideas. Be silent while they hold forth from their disastrously negative viewpoint. Smile, and the world smiles with you. Your smile, your joy, your laughter will lift them to greater heights. It will not be long now before you are needed by those of your brethren who are receiving the first glimmerings of the truth. The truth is now seeping into their reality. The best is yet to come. Know that the Light Alliance is now in charge of all things on planet Earth. They are orchestrating all the events of this great ascension process. The Dark Ones are now in the power of the Light Alliance and following their directions. These Dark Ones, the minions of the controllers, are being told to behave crazily, ridiculously, so that those who are deeply asleep will awaken to the truth, so that glimmerings of light can reach them, and they can step out of their entrainment, out of the chains of negative thought that have imprisoned them. Yes, the best is yet to come. As they move out of the fear-filled world, it is your job to help them. Soon, come days of enlightenment. Soon come disclosure of the true history and entrainment of mankind. Then there will be shock and awe. Many will be engulfed by the shock, overwhelmed by the evil story of life on planet Earth. It will be your job to reassure them, to help them through the disclosure experience to see the truth. Your gentle words, your kind touch, your radiance will be the reassurance they need to go on, to rise above the human fray. You have been so alone in your progress out of the deception, yet you were strong enough to handle this aloneness, to move above your distress. They will have your help. This is a major reason for your incarnation on planet Earth. You are to help your brethren. This is your purpose. This is your destiny. Be of good cheer, dear ones. The best is yet to come. We are moving into wonderful days. The time for ascension is upon us. Heaven, nirvana, is at hand. That was Aita, channeling her higher self. We are blessed beings, indeed.